Well, hey friends, welcome back to Watavue Mountain. I got the mask on, not because we're worried about the Rona up here, because I guarantee you Rona's not up here, but because it's a balmy 34 degrees here. And I know for my friends up in the Northeast and out in the Northwest, who cares? 34, that's nice. We're in Alabama. It's freezing. I'll still take it off. Welcome back to Watavue Mountain. If it's your first time coming, thanks for coming and checking us out. If you're coming back, thanks for hanging with us. I know it's been a long journey so far. We've had some setbacks. We're not quite as far along as we hoped we would be, but we're still here and we're still making progress. So today, we're gonna do a whole lot of talking and a little bit of work. I think there's some confusion about how the lay of the land is, which direction we're going, where we're gonna put the big house, where we're gonna put the mini cabin. We almost made a huge mistake, and we're gonna talk about how we averted that huge mistake. So as always, grab yourself something to drink, probably something warm, because if it's this cold in Alabama, it's really cold everywhere else. So grab yourself something to drink, something warm, and let's get busy. All right, so first let's talk about the lay of the land. As you can see behind me, this was the spot we were gonna put the mini cabin. We started clearing these trees, creating a view. You check those videos out over here. Yep, over here. So this is where we started. We initially said we were gonna put the mini cabin. Now this is south, generally due south. Okay, now as we walk this direction, we're gonna walk over here, and you can kind of see behind me through the trees, the view doesn't really change much. There's a couple peaks a little further off, but we still have a pretty much unobstructed view. Now here is our western view. So again, as you see, we can thin some of this out, we can clear some of this out, but we're pretty much right at the top of the mountain. Okay, only 1,180 feet-ish, which isn't huge, but because we're in Alabama, it's tall enough that we can see as far as the eye can see, and we don't have much problem. Now as we move over this way, okay, so this is generally north, and then up behind me is where the main cabin's gonna be. And if you look out that direction, you can see, obviously again, we got more trees to clear, but you can see almost the curvature of the earth. So that's where the main big windows of the big cabin are gonna be facing that direction, because there's nothing over there except for trees below the mountain. So now as we continue to walk this direction, last but not least, then we have the east. So now this direction, again, you can see kind of as we pass by the water tower, that's gonna be where the big cabin's gonna be, okay? So now down behind that, you can almost see it back there, the roof to the well house, and then just beyond that is where we're gonna put the mini cabin. So just to kind of give you an idea, it'll be big house here, the big main cabin here, well house, and then behind that will be the mini cabin. So what we need to do today is go ahead and head down there, and we need to pick a spot, mark it out. We'll take the tape measure so we know our 16 by 24 mini cabin, how many trees we got to take out. Hopefully we can find a spot where we don't have to take many trees out. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to head down there over to the east side, coming up on the back side of the mountain, and find a new spot for the mini cabin. So you might be asking yourself, well, wait a second, why are you going to put it over there now instead of here where you already have a clear spot? Well, thankfully, a few weeks ago, we brought some family up here, and Cousin Shane is an absolute genius at figuring this stuff out. And he was here, and he was like, wait a second, if the front of the big cabin's gonna be here, the main cabin's gonna be here, that's gonna be your view out the front door. You don't want the mini cabin sitting right there to the south. You want the mini cabin somewhere off on the back side. So we walked down to that area, and we all agreed that it would be off to the side of the main cabin. It wouldn't be obstructing any views. It'd be kind of out of the way. And then once we get the main cabin built, whoever comes to stay, if they just want a weekend getaway, they can go stay in the mini cabin and kind of have a little time to themselves. So almost a huge mistake, because if we would have put the mini cabin over here to the south where we already started clearing this land, it would be right out the front door and it would absolutely be an obstruction to this beautiful view we have. So let's grab the camera, let's jump in Maggie, let's head down there to the east side and see if we can't pick out a spot for this 16 by 24 mini cabin. Okay, so now we're on the east side of the top of the mountain, right? So I'm looking kind of uphill up to where the main cabin's gonna be. To my left, behind you, to your right, is where the well house is. So now we're generally looking east. As you can see, again, we got a great view. We got some treetops right here down low, but we're gonna have this mini cabin elevated about 30 inches off the ground. So as you can see, we're still gonna have a great view. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the tape measure and we're gonna measure across 24 feet, because what we want is the front side or back side of the cabin is going to have a nice big, hopefully picture window kind of thing in it, and that'll overlook this, and we'll clear out some of these trees to help open that view. So if I can get my lovely assistant to come on down, we're going to go ahead and measure out these 24 feet across. All right, so we got our 24-foot front face generally right now. Obviously, this isn't where we're gonna put the foundation right now, but it gives us an idea of which one of these trees we need to clear out just so we can start on the mini cabin itself. So let's now do the side 16s and then we'll do the back 24 and see where we're at from there.
I think I'm gonna have to put some more socks on. You didn't tell me it was a 2-sock kind of day.
All right, so like I said, now we just have a general idea of how big the box is gonna be. And that tells us which trees we have to take out, which trees we can keep. So we can keep this guy, but these little guys behind me gotta go. So let's get the safety gear on. Let's whack some of these little trees to make some firewood.
Good job, baby.
Huh?
So good job.
Thank you. So we're obviously gonna have to cut a couple more trees out, but this gets us generally the area that we need to have cleared to start building the mini cabin.
You can't hardly talk because it's so cold, right?
I know. Freezing. My hands are numb. Can't even feel them.
My toes are numb.
All right, let's see what's next.
I hope going to the camper and putting my feet on the fire.
That could be. All right, so now in the vein of working harder, no, working smarter, not harder. So we got all these little trees down. Instead of us dragging them out by ourselves, I'm just gonna clear a little path straight up this way. Probably, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 little trees I'm gonna clear out of the way. Then we're gonna back Maggie down here, and then we're gonna chain these up, hook these up to a chain, use Maggie to drag these out, and then we'll buck these up up near the camper. Hopefully we can get out of some of this wind. So let's go ahead and do that real quick, and then we can get out of this weather.
This man's crazy.
Little vine through the chain.
Oh my
Let
goodness.
me go fix it and finish this up. All right, now let's see if we can get Maggie down here and have her drag some of this stuff out of here. All better with your fuzzy pants?
Extra socks, extra scarf. Yeah,
Fuzzy pants.
fuzzy pants.
All right, so as you see, I hope you can hear me because it's super windy today.
And
We got
super
the ends
cold.
of all these little trees right here together. I'm gonna take this chain, I'm gonna wrap it around these trees, hook it to Maggie. We're gonna drag it up there so we can buck these up. So let's see if we can make this work. Never done this before, so who knows? Let's see.
Holy hay bale. How did I let this man talk me into this? This is like Alaska weather, y'all. I've never been to
All right,
Alaska.
let's see what happens. Hopefully the chain don't come off.
I'm just assuming. It's gotta be this cold. It's like the North Pole cold. Come on, work. Nope, stop.
Ah.
come. Headed to the top of the mountain. Yeah. Okay. There he goes. He did it. I'm pretty sure it's 5 degrees, just in case y'all wanted to know. Here he comes. I guess for round 2.
Well, that worked out well. Now let's go get some more. See how she does.
These 2?
Yep, go ahead and cut that right on top of that other log.
Like this? Right here?
Yep. there you go. Now she's taking one up. All right, so made pretty quick work of that. I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier dragging those up the hill with Maggie than the two of us dragging them. A couple lessons learned though, when we fell the rest of these trees, because as you can see through those trees, we have a pretty good solid view from here, which is our goal, right? Watavue Mountain, we always got to take advantage of the view. A lot of these trees are going to come out. What I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to try to fell all these trees down the hill so the bottoms are facing up the hill. We just stack them together, wrap the chain like you saw, use Maggie, and we drag them straight up the mountain. So easy work. All these little trees, it's not super hard, just kind of, like I said, just getting them stacked up. So as always, it's an absolute blessing for us to be able to share this journey with you, our mistakes, our lessons, all that stuff. God has truly graced us, especially with this mountain and this view. We couldn't ask for anything better. So again, thank you for coming. Thanks for checking us out. Make sure you hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon so you know when we post new content. We try to do it every week. I know we missed a week in there, but Christmas, New Year's, we have a little vacation in there. We just hadn't been able to get up here and do work. So thanks for coming. Have a great new year. And as always, be safe. We'll see you next time.